Good evening. Good evening from Japan, wherever you are watching from. Good evening, whether you are watching from TikTok or YouTube. A very good evening from Japan. It is now 7:47 p.m. It is a beautiful Thursday, and I am coming to your homes with another interesting topic. On this channel, what we are doing is to guide you with relevant information so that you can take informed decision whilst advancing your teaching career to Japan. I started this live by taking you through the FAQs, frequently asked questions on Borderlink's website. There are questions there which you can go through by yourself. However, I attached my personal experience to them by explaining further aside what they state on the website. And this is why it is important for you to stay with me and watch this live, because I will be adding my experience in explaining almost all the points to the best of my ability so that you will get a first-hand experience, first-hand information. So it wouldn't be like you just read and get whatever they say. There's nobody who is going to explain to you better than Adventures of Japan. And this is why you need to subscribe if you are watching from YouTube. And if you're watching from TikTok, you would have to follow this account so that anytime we come out with any new information relating to how to come to Japan, how to work in Japan, you will be the first to be notified. Okay. And also, in order to make it more simpler to anyone wishing to advance the career of teaching to Japan, I have made this ebook, which is titled ALT Journey, a complete guide to becoming an a complete guide to becoming an assistant language teacher in Japan, which is very good for you out there. It contains all the roadmaps, all the timelines, all the possible companies that you can apply to, all the uh, Japan focused CVs that the recruiters look for, all the Japan focused cover letters. They are samples. And so you can have a look and design your own letter of resume, that CV and cover letter, just as you want. Okay, so you go get a copy, and if it doesn't meet your expectations, whenever you see me live, kindly drop a comment to show that, well, I got a book, but what I was expecting wasn't met. Okay, so I encourage you to go get a book. The link will be provided in the description of this live, and also you can find the link in almost all the live streams and my videos on my channel. Okay, without much ado, let's get into it. As I said earlier, we started this live stream by answering almost all the FAQs on Borderlink's website, and the most important one that is left for us is the living in Japan. Living in Japan. Let's say hi to those friends joining from YouTube. Hello. Ohio, Ohio, konbanwa. Konbanwa. Live and clear. Thank you. Thank you for joining, Nana. I see you, Nana. I see you, Grace. I see you, Benedicta. You are all welcome. Thanks for joining. All right. You already know you are on Adventures of Japan. That's great. Okay. So if you haven't followed us through the general inquiries hiring process, arrival procedure, contract and compensation, ALT role, then you can as well read from the page, from the website of Borderlink. However, you would need to go and watch those live streams so that you can get the personal experience that I attached in explaining the points. Okay, so let's get into it. Living in Japan. Living in Japan. TikTok, okay. All right. The question one here is, What is the typical cost of living in Japan? These questions were asked to Borderlink many times and they have put them together, as I keep saying. Okay, someone asked on TikTok, can I please get your WhatsApp number? Said, yeah, unfortunately, I cannot share my number here. You know what to do, right? Yeah, so kindly do it and we'll get in touch. Okay. All right. Okay, let's answer the first question. What is the typical cost of living in Japan? Let's click on it. So here, Borderlink says the cost of living in Japan can vary depending on whether it is a rural or urban area. The housing rent for rural countryside areas to be as low as 30,000 yen, but also get up to 60,000 yen per month for a particular spacious or lavish apartment. For more urban city areas, rent can range from 40,000 yen to 85,000 yen or more. And here are some of the tables they've put together on their website. As you see, expenses that's estimated rural area stroke or versus urban areas. And this is exactly how it is. So sometimes when people ask me, how much can I rent a room in Japan? I tell them it depends largely on one, your taste, two, the kind of place you are put. I mean, the city, if it's an urban area, it determines the kind of accommodation you are going to get or the kind of rent you will be paying. If you are put at a rural area, you are going to get accommodation that are a bit cheaper. So here, the rent here for number one, they say 1K apartment. What 1K means, what this 1K means is just one room and a kitchen. So normally the Japanese rooms are small. They are very, very small. So just small room and a kitchen. That's all. The kitchen is the K. And in rural areas, you get those apartments like between 30,000 to 60,000. Yeah. So when I first came with Borderlink, I was placed in a rural area in a place called Tochigi. The prefecture was called Tochigi. And the city where I was placed is Utsunomiya. Even though Utsunomiya is the capital of Tochigi, I was placed at the outskirts of the city. So the outskirts of the capital city was like a rural area. So I was paying around, I think, 33,000. Yes, around 33, 35,000. Yes, and that is how it is because it was 1K. And I got this apartment because I had no idea I could do it myself. And I allowed Borderlink to do it for me. So that was what I got. So it was within this range. And if you are living in an urban area, the same 1K could cost you 55,000 and to 85,000. Yes, and this is very okay in Japan. If you are living in Tokyo, you could get an apartment that even costs 90,000 just for a 1K. Yeah, it depends on the year the apartment is built also. The materials that were used to build the apartment also. Those are the things that go into determining the price of the apartment. So if you want to live in a new apartment, newly built apartment, it comes at a higher cost. So that is something you should get informed about. That if you are interested in living in a modern house, I mean modern as in the year it was built, you are going to be paying very, very more than what is even written here. Because those of this apartment, most of these apartments written here might be built maybe some 40 years ago, some 20 years ago, some 10 years ago. So if you want something like 5 years ago, 5 years old apartment, hey, very expensive. So you should get informed about that. The next is the utility. As you can see, the utility, electricity, gas, and water. So you are going to be paying around this amount, 8,000 to 12,000 if you are placed in a rural area. However, if you are placed in an urban area, you're going to be paying from 10,000 to 15,000. And also you should be informed that some of the apartments you would have to be cooking with your electricity whilst heating water with gas. Some of the apartments you would have to be cooking with gas and the electricity for light and other things. But for hot water, mostly what I've noticed is that in Japan throughout you use gas for hot water, bathing or whatever you want to do. So you use gas for hot water. But for cooking, it depends on where you will be. That will determine your electricity bill. And for water, you know yourself, how you use it is what you will pay. And for the gas as well, in this country, in Japan, I'm trying to compare it to my own beautiful country. Unlike you would say, my gas is finished, I'm going to purchase my gas. It doesn't work like that here. You are going to be paying for what you use. Okay? You are going to be paying for what you use. So as long as you keep using it, there's no day that you come back and say it's finished. You are going to be using it, but remember that you are going to be paying for what you use. So if you are using it, you better be wise and use it wisely. Otherwise, it's there for you to use and you are going to pay for it. So that is just about that. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. So the internet comes in different forms. In some cases, you might like to have home internet, whereby you have a stable Wi-Fi, and it's the same whether you are in an urban area or a rural area. If you have a home Wi-Fi, it's almost the same between 3,000 to 5,000, and it is a fact. And your mobile data also differs. It's also the same. It doesn't matter whether you are in a rural or an urban area. The prices are the same. And that one depends on the company which you are working with. For example, the company that I use, I can make calls in Japan for free to any, or not any, almost all Japanese contacts. I can call them for free so far as I use an app from the company. Okay? And I won't pay anything. But mind you, I made videos and I explained that making phone calls in Japan are super expensive. So this company, you can use their services and make calls free if you are interested. However, the precondition to get this service is you should have a credit card. That is what most people couldn't afford. That is why many people couldn't get their services because of the credit card. So if you come to Japan and you have a credit card, you can join them successfully. All right? Because I think it's best as a foreigner. Okay. And TikTok, guys, please tap on your screen. Tap, 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 tap on your screen. TikTok, let's go. Tap on your screen, let's go. And for transportation, yes, going to work, you either use train or bus or use a bicycle depending on the distance. And so if you are in a rural area, you might be spending about 5,000 to 10,000, and which if you are with Borderlink is going to reimburse 30,000 for transport. So even if you use 10,000 out of it, then the rest is yours. But if you are in an urban area, if you are in an urban area, if you are placed in an urban area, the prices differ. Okay, it varies from 10,000 to 20,000. So you can see the advantages of being in a rural area or of being in an urban area. So if you prefer a city life, these are what you are going to get. City life, yeah, city life, the beauty of the city, right? And you pay more. And if you are in a rural area, this is what you're going to get. You can save more, but you might not be able to enjoy certain things that the city people might enjoy, like the night views and all those stuff. So the choice is yours. Even though you don't have you don't have authority or power to determine where you would be. If you are lucky to be placed in a rural area, please, I think it's okay. If you are fortunate to be placed in an urban area, I think it's okay. One thing is, once you are with Borderlink, if you don't like where you are, by the time your contract gets to an end, you can inform them that I want to be transferred. Is that okay? So you don't necessarily have to complete the contract before informing them that you want to be transferred, and it is doable. Guys, please tap on your screen, tap on your screen, tap, tap, tap. TikTok is telling me that. Hey, TikTok. Guys, tap on your screens. Tap, 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 tap. Tap on your screens. Tap on your screens. Let's go. All right. So, Borderlink put a disclaimer here. The figures above are typical estimates and depends on many factors. In rural areas, please consider the cost of cars and gas as well. All right. So, do we have any question about the first question on Borderlink's website about what is the typical cost of living in Japan? If you have any question, feel free to drop it in the comment section and we will dive into it. Let's go to number 2. Are there any cultural differences or customs that I should be aware of before arriving in Japan? It's obvious, right? But let's see what they have. During your time in Japan, you may notice different customs to that of your home country. Cultural differences that are commonly experienced are greetings, dining etiquette, and mannerisms in public. We strongly recommend you do some research on cultural differences in Japan so that you have a better idea on what to do and what not to do while living in Japan. A great place to start is our blog, Musubi, which features articles from our own ALTs about this very topic. Yeah, so what Borderlink normally do is once you are with them, they give opportunity to their ALTs to write articles about things they've observed in Japan, things they feel people should know, and they post it or they publish it on their website. That is called Musubi. So if you also come, whatever you've noticed, you can also put it into writing. If it's okay with Borderlink, they are going to publish it. So yeah, there's cultural shock. You will be shocked by so many things. The way people greet, that one is very, very common. You are going to be shocked by that. Yeah. Every time they bow, the bowing is there. Anything they bow. And I made a video and I explained that the bowing are different. You will see them to be same, but actually it's not same. Friend and friends bowing is different from when you are greeting a boss or you are apologizing. It's different. So that is a cultural shock. For me, one of the cultural shocks that I had was the fact that they still use cash. They still use cash. Thank you for the likes. Thanks so much for the likes. Let's go. That was so shocking to me because coming from China and hearing more about Japan that they are technology advanced, they are advanced in technology. I was really shocked that people still carry cash along. People still move along with cash. There are some places when you go, you cannot pay with credit card. You cannot pay with anything apart from cash. It was so shocking to me. But yeah, it is what it is. Something might be your shocker. I don't know what might shock you, but definitely you are going to have that shock. No matter how you read about Japan, you're still going to be shocked. All right, so just prepare yourself and share your shock with us. All right, that's it. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Next, do I need to enroll in health insurance? Yes. Yes, all residents of Japan are legally required to have health insurance. There are two types. National health insurance, which is known as Kokumin Kenkon Hoken. Kokumin Kenko Hoken, and social insurance, Shakai Hoken. The type you enroll in depends on your working hours. Full-time ALTs are enrolled in the social insurance system, where Borderlink matches your monthly contributions. Yes. So as a worker full-time, they insure you on social insurance, Shakai Hoken. Yeah. So most company here, they insure their employees, and it is a must for them. They can't say they won't do it. So theirs is to ensure that they do it for you so that you might not suffer tomorrow, because it's the law. You can't live in Japan without paying, without being insured. Yeah, how do I say? Without insuring yourself. Yes, once you are legally residing in Japan, working in Japan, you must definitely be insured. You must have a health insurance. And if you don't pay, if your company doesn't pay, it goes against them. So that is a fact. Everyone working in Japan is enrolled in one of the insurances. Okay. Next question. Is electronic money accepted in Japan? Yes. While Japan is still largely a cash-based society, yes, like I said, that was my shock. They are still largely based on cash. Electronic payments have become widely accepted in recent years. Prepaid systems like PayPay, as well as credit cards, are commonly used at major stores and restaurants. However, it's still a good idea to carry cash, especially when visiting smaller shops or rural areas, because there are still cash-only stores. Yes, there are cash-only stores almost everywhere. Even your bills, any bill, light bill, electricity bill, water bill, whatever bill you need to pay, you have to pay by cash. You can't pay bills in Japan with cardless, whether credit card or whatever PayPay they mentioned. You can't pay any bills with this system. You only have to use cash. So yeah, Japan is still cash based. Yes, they still use cash a lot. It was a shocker to me. Yeah, honestly. All right. So are you lacing your boots to prepare? Are you lacing your boot to apply for your ALT positions? Don't forget to tap on your screens. Tap, tap, tap. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right. Next, can I bring my electronic devices to Japan? The answer is yes. Bringing electronic devices to Japan or having them sent later is generally fine. Just be aware that Japan uses 100 volts electricity and type A outlets. So you may need a voltage converter or plug adapter. Yes, this is a fact. For mobile phones, make sure your device is SIM-free or compatible with Japanese SIM cards, as some foreign models may not work and you will need to obtain a Japanese phone number. Okay, so on that note, I'm going to show you the Japanese type A outlet. Japanese type A outlet. Japanese type A outlet. Yeah. This is it. Just a moment. Just a moment. This is it. Can you see it? Yeah, this is it. This is the type A outlet they are talking about. This is the Japanese type A outlet. Can you see it? Yeah, this is it. You see how it is? So once you are coming to Japan, be informed that this is how their outlets are. So you need to think of getting an adapter for this, because there is nothing else you can do apart from getting something like this. Okay, this is how Japanese sockets are. All right. So that's what they mean by the type A outlet. So you need to be aware of this and get prepared. Otherwise, you can't charge your phone, you can't do anything. It is what it is. Guys, tap on your screens. Let's go. Next question. Is Japan a safe country? Is Japan a safe country? Answer: yes. Japan consistently ranks among the safest countries in the world, with low crime rates and a strongly high standard of living. Yes. That said, it's still important to exercise common sense. You see, it's still important to exercise common sense as natural disasters like earthquakes and typhoons are possible. We encourage preparing an emergency kit. Safety guidance is also provided during your orientation and training. Yes, common sense. In this life, we all need to use common sense in dealing with most of the things. Yeah, as you have seen it. Yes, Japan is safe, crime rates are low, but natural disasters do happen. And you need to be aware of this. So me, if they ask me, I don't know if I will say yes or no, it's safe because of the natural disaster. But for crime rates, yes, it's safe, but it doesn't mean crimes don't occur. If crimes don't occur, they wouldn't have policemen all around. They wouldn't have trained them all around. They have been trained because they need to protect the citizenry from those crime committers. So yeah, it is safe, but still we need to apply common sense. Of course, yes, TikTok, somebody says, please, can I DM you for a private? Of course, you can go ahead. It is highly possible. You can DM me for a private conversation. Thank you. Kindly follow this account and tap on your screen, share the live for somebody to join, and let's all listen to this. Okay, we got a question on YouTube. Let's see. Hello, Annex. Thank you. Please talk about the reference required. Is it only from previous work or school as well? Okay, all right. Thank you for the question. For that, reference means somebody who knows you, somebody who can vouch for you and say that, yes, I have worked with this person before, so please, the person can do the job or not. So, if you can get as many as possible, go ahead. You only need to know that the person has to know you in order to write something that is compelling, something that will convince the recruiter that, yes, this is the kind of person I want to work with. All right. And so that's all. That's the best answer I can give. If you want to get it from a school, that's fine. If you want to get it from your workplace, that's fine. But if you are working, you cannot just ignore your workplace and get it from your school, and that's all. Imagine I completed university in 2013 and I've been working up to now. And if I need a reference letter and I go back to my university to get a reference letter without getting any current reference letter from wherever I am now, it wouldn't make sense. It means there is a gap. So you also have to consider all those things. So in getting the reference letter, wherever you are currently, you should get something from there. If you are not working, then that one, I think you should explain why you should get a reference letter backdated or from a school you have completed for a long time. Yeah, I think that's the best way I know how to answer. Yeah. Have I satisfied your question, Madam? Is it Madam Annex? Annex 09. All right, thank you. Keep the questions coming. Keep the questions coming. Let's go. Thank you for joining. Don't forget to like this live and share with others. Share with others. All right. Let's keep going. Going. And don't forget about the ALT journey, a complete guide to becoming an assistant language teacher in Japan. It's a complete book that will guide you It has all the timelines, the companies, when to apply for them, how to apply, and the sample CV and sample cover letters. They are all there. So get a copy and you are not going to regret it. The link is going to be in the description of this live, and you can find the link in the description of all my live videos. And I encourage you to go get one. All right, let's continue. Next, what's the weather like in Japan? Japan has 4 distinct seasons plus a rainy season during early summer. Winters can be cold and windy, although snow is less common outside of the northern areas. Summers can be extremely hot and humid, while spring and fall are more temperate. Yes, yes, Japan has 4 seasons. I have never experienced 4 seasons until I went to China. And I know that, oh, okay, what we read about in books, spring, summer, fall, winter, yes, they are there. And Japan is the same. So, yeah, that's how it is. And spring is something that it comes with beautiful nature, beautiful environment, beautiful flowers. However, I personally dislike the nature of spring, which is highly unpredictable. In spring, you can go out in the morning thinking the weather is normal and you wear just one dress or light jacket. Before you return, you might feel like, I made a mistake. I should have worn a thick jacket, because the weather can change all of a sudden. And that is spring. One thing I dislike about spring is how the weather changes so sudden. In summer, we know it's hot, super hot. That's fine. We know how it is. In winter, we know it is super cold. That's all. In autumn, it feels like my own beautiful country, Ghana. So I feel okay. I enjoy autumn. I wear anything I want to wear. But in spring, highly unpredictable. Okay, thank you to Annex for your question. Keep them coming. All right. The next question, the next and the last for this FAQ on Borderlink's website. What is rural Japan like? What is rural Japan like? Okay. Rural Japan offers a high standard of living with more space and generally lower living costs, lower rent, food prices. While public transport is available in some areas, driving is often the most convenient way to get around. Yes, when I came to Japan first with Borderlink, I was placed in a rural area. And sometimes one of the things in the rural area is that if you are taking train to some places, sometimes the trains may come 30 minutes, 30 minutes, or even in some cases 1 hour. So those are the disadvantages of living in a rural area if you don't have your own car. All right. So if you want to go to a place, you need to calculate the time. You know that the train is arriving every 1 hour. If you miss one, it means you are going to wait for the next hour. So you need to prepare for all these things. Aside that, yes, financially, you might save more because you wouldn't have the luxury of going to nightclubs every time like that as you might be in the city. Because in the city, they are there, they are just around you. Maybe just a walking distance or just train 2 stops. You're going to get all those things. And sometimes peer pressure might also influence you to join such activities, which you might not do if you are in a rural area. So, yeah, rural Japan, it's fun, but if you prefer city life, you might find it very inconvenient. Yeah, very inconvenient. Yeah, so for this live, this is what we will have for today because we have finished the FAQs on Borderlink's website. The next one will be another company, which I will bring to you, God willing, tomorrow. No, tomorrow I will be joined by another ALT who has been in Japan for some time now, and she will share her experiences living and teaching in Japan with you. So don't miss that live tomorrow. because it's gonna be super, super, super hot and interesting. All right. So if you don't have any question, or if you have any question, drop it in the comment section and let's go. TikTok, kindly tap on your screen, tap, tap, tap. All right. I will see you tomorrow for that live with another ALT in Japan to share with you some of the realities that would inform you whilst making your decision to come to Japan. I will see you tomorrow. Enjoy your afternoon, enjoy your evening, and may God bless us all. Bye bye.